Greetings, my name is Neosekken, welcome back to my Let's Play of Aoi Shiro. In the last episode, while we were getting through our first day of camp, doing our morning exercises in preparation for Kendo training, we found ourselves having yet another vision / flashback that seems to indicate that we did indeed visit this island before, when we were a lot younger. Now, on top of that, it would appear to me that Yasumi was also here at around the same time as our main character was. I say it's Yasumi because the other girl that I ended up seeing in one of our main character's flashbacks looks an awful lot like her, even though her entire visage was blurred a good bit. I was still able to make out a lot of features that I see in particular belongs to Yasumi, like face and all that. But for all we know, Yasumi might have a twin we don't know, that nobody knows about, not even Yasumi herself, but I highly doubt that's the case. So, yeah. And we confirmed that we did indeed visit this location before, once we decided to give our grandfather a call and ask about a trip that we took about 8 years ago, which coincidentally happens to also be around the same time that apparently a story of a girl who ended up washing ashore also took place in these parts. And she apparently, this girl, washed up on shore with nary any scratches or wounds on her too, just like the girl that we found last night who washed up on shore. So there definitely seems to be a connection between us and this location, along with our mother also disappearing as well. Maybe I'm pretty sure that's also connected too. I just don't know yet what exactly this connection is and how it's gonna relate to I just don't know what this connection is and what's going to be how it's going to relate to whatever's going to be in store for us later on. Other than that, we got a follow-up story to the folktale about the folktale of this island. Right after all this stuff, and it kind of added to the whole mythology of all this stuff a bit. And apparently, there's apparently some kind of oni sealed in a tree nearby somewhere, going by this folktale. And we're going to be doing a test of courage, me and a few of my classmates, and we're going to just go wander around into the forest and look for this tree, because apparently there's red flowers. I forget the name of the flowers that are blooming around it, that apparently do that year round. So, yeah, I'm willing to bet here that something significant as far as story progression is gonna happen right during this test of courage. I could be wrong, but I somehow doubt that I am. Call it a hunch. I think that covers pretty much everything, so let's just go ahead and get right to it, shall we? After the meal, we cleaned up and took a break to rest. We then put on our dogi again and gathered in the courtyard. One of these days I'm gonna be fluent in pronouncing these Japanese words right with... Hopefully. I doubt it, but I gotta stay hopeful. Because it's just kind of embarrassing listening to me trying to pronounce a lot of these words and names. And I for one, have got to stop trying to read every single little thing that... Wait a minute, that wasn't a spoken line. Never mind. We hung the dougi filled with sweat from our morning run out to dry in the shade. It seemed the weather in the south was rather dependable. I thought of it as an enemy before, but now it might be showing us some mercy. Filling my lungs with the salty air, I looked up at the high blue sky.
まずは準備体操から。っていうか、オサ先輩の組んだメニューってアップに取ってる時間長すぎですよ。
Warm-ups are important, man.
ウォームアップは大切よ。 柔軟とかしっかりやっとかないと怪我の元だからね。
See, Syouko agrees with me. The wind flapped against the sleeves of our dogi and the cuffs of our hakama as we... Okay, I did say that right. As we moved our arms and legs. Warming up was not as necessary now as in winter, but as a school team, it's more important to prevent injury than to become stronger. No matter how much you practice, if you're injured during a critical time, there's no meaning to it. Can't argue with you there. First, if you get injured, you can't practice, so it'll be hard to make up for that, which will cause you to be hasty. After warming up, your body feels different, so it's different during practice and even more so before matches. The reason I'm such a stickler about it might be because of the influence of my grandpa, who was a doctor. The sun slowly got higher, and we started to sweat. The bare skin of my thighs felt hot against my hakama. Black heated up more than any other color. Many felt white hakama would feel cooler at these times, but Natsuni-san was against that and wore black from head to toe. If you clear your mind, even fire will feel cool. People expected that from Natsu Senshu, but it just didn't show on her face. Thinking about that time when, though it was hot, she still let herself be drenched in sweat, gave me motivation. Okay.
じゃあ最後に2人で組んで柔軟。
I thought of something. We had an odd number of people, so we couldn't be completely split into pairs. Have one group comprised of 3 people. There you go. Problem solved. It's fine for me to stretch by myself, but I looked at Yasumi, who was standing under the shade of a sal tree. That's what the tree was called. When I was trying to remember. A tree that apparently blooms year-round. Next to her was Migawa, excuse me. I'll get your name right, eventually, along with everybody else's. That's right. Last night, she expressed interest in how strong Seiju was, and what we did at practice. Well, I am a bit concerned about Yasumi's physical condition. So maybe Migawa would be the rational choice here. But I don't know. Maybe helping Yasumi out would also, it would also benefit her health. So I don't know. I'll just go with this. The manager is free, so there's no point in bothering someone not a team member. Well, I guess there's that too. Given Migawa's personality, if she really wanted to join, she'd do so.
Yasumi, 入って柔軟手伝ってくれる？
Migawa doesn't seem thrilled about this. Yasumi ran out from under the shade of the tree. She wasn't dressed in a school uniform that she'd have to worry about getting dirty, nor in casual clothes, but in sweats. Wearing that, it'd be okay for her to sit on the ground. No matter how weak she was, stretching should be... stretching should be fine. Hopefully. The sun was shining brightly, but I pushed aside my worries. Well, if she started to look bad, I'd tell her to stop.
相手は私でいい？はい、精一杯補助させてもらいます。一生懸命押したり引いたりさせてもらいます。
Don't overdo it, please.
そこまで気合い入れられると勢いついてそうで怖いんだけど。
Knowing Yasumi the manager, that was a groundless fear. She'd read various sports books and magazines and was a great assistant. Of course, reading and putting stuff into practice was not always the same, so I was a little concerned, but... Nothing happened, and it was now Yasumi's turn. I had Yasumi sit on the stone pavement and spread her legs. It's best to have your toes pointed straight up. Yasumi might have been prepared for this because she didn't say anything. I was behind her and held down her thighs with both hands. Supporting her upper body with my bent knees, I slowly pushed Yasumi forward. If the back is bent, then the effectiveness is lessened, so when she arched her back, I pushed down. That's why it's better to do this from behind, since you might be able to feel more as you push the upper body.
はい、柔軟は息を吐きながらゆっくりと。
The upper half of Yasumi's body fell forward. Pressed right against my chest, I could tell that Yasumi's slender back moved a little forward. I could sense her soft thighs quiver beneath her sweats. Her palms and fingers also did the same. That was about it. Her scream was sharp, but it would only delay the inevitable. I slowly used more force and pushed her down. I hope your muscles can take it. I'll take that as a definite no. It's fine. But apparently, according to you, it's fine. So, sorry Yasumi, but brace yourself. Maybe I got the understanding of the body from my grandpa, who had a constant stream of visitors. But her body was whispering that it could do more. Oh, so you're the muscle whisperer, are you? I think you should listen to the muscle whimperer here. Since it hurt that much, I eased up and let Yasumi catch her breath. Thank you. A gap was created from where our skin had been touching. The air flowing between that was cool. After taking a breath, I waited for an appropriate time and pressed her back down again. If Yasumi couldn't even stretch this much, I was worried about her future.
Yasumi, あなたちょっと硬すぎない？こんなの個人差のうちです。
As we talked, I took my time and slowly pushed her to the same angle she was at before.
柔軟体操はですね、勢いつけてやったらダメなんですよ。はいはいはい。
She's right though, Syouko. I didn't plan on listening to her and gave an apathetic response. You're a real caring team captain. 10 out of 10. I wasn't forcing it. I reached the first goal, going past the previous angle. See, I knew it'd be okay. You just got lucky.
力入れないで、ゆっくり少しずつやらないと良くないですよ。それは知ってるけどさ。
Slowly adding more force, I aimed for goal number 2, which I made up on my own. Her quivering back became hot, and her shirt became drenched in sweat. That might be due to improved circulation.
普通このくらいなら軽く曲がるし。それに足、もっとちゃんと開いて。
I mercilessly pressed her legs down as they tried to escape. Oh dear.
ダメです。そんなにしたら死んじゃいます。
Well, you won't die, but you'll be sore for a good bit.
まったく、こんなに硬くてどうするの？硬いです。硬くていいですから、もうやめてください。それに私、選手じゃなくてマネージャーですよ。マネージャーでも健康とか大事でしょ。
Let's not talk about being above average or even average. This is just too horrible.
体が硬い人は柔らかい人に比べて。
Well, they're stiffer, of course.
血行とか悪くなることが多いから。
As is part of the territory with being stiff.
血行が悪くなると？ 老廃物や乳酸が溜まって太りやすくなったり疲れやすくなったり肌も荒れたり。よくできました。
As a bonus, I relaxed my hands. Yasumi took a breath and looked a little proud of herself.
本で読みましたから。
Good for you. I knew she had more in her.
それだけ知ってれば十分でしょ。あとは実践あるのみよ。お風呂上がりとかに柔軟やってる？
Who stretches after a bath?
やってないです。じゃあこれからはやっときなさい。
If I tell Momoko that this is for Yasumi's health, it should continue for a while.
血行を良くすればいつもの貧血だって。
Anemia. Okay, so that's what you have. I feel like I should know what this is, yet I'm kind of drawing a blank, so why don't I look that up real fast? Anemia. Anemia is a disease in the total amount of red blood cells or hemoglobin in the blood, or lowered ability of the blood to carry oxygen. When anemia comes on slowly, the symptoms are often vague and may include feeling tired, weakness, shortness of breath, and a poor ability to exercise. Okay, I get the gist of it now.
それ違います。貧血は血液中のヘモグロビンが不足するのが原因ですから、こんなことしても。休みって貧血なわけ？ヘモグロビンとかはそんなに普通の数字と変わらないみたいで。低血圧？はい。じゃあ、やっぱり柔らかくしとかないと。
Pressing against her, I went for goal 3.
優しくしてください。ザワッチ？
Yes.
なに、ももちゃん。お昼ご飯はこれで全部？
Let me guess. There's no meat. Sorry, animal protein.
他のものは作ってないけど。何よ、立派なものじゃない。
In a bowl of ice, white somen noodles floated. I thought that said something totally different for a sec. Just looking at it was refreshing. The ice hitting the glass made a hard, clear sound like a wind chime. For a brief instant, I could forget the summer heat. The difference in temperature caused drops to form on the surface of the bowl, which collected on the table, giving the impression of a water sprinkler. As expected, somen was a food to eat during the summer. I've never even heard of somen before. There were also onigiri without fillings. They had ones with salt, seaweed, and dried plum.
ほら、刻み海苔にわさびにおろし生姜。薬味はあっても具がないですよ。具ってそうめんに具？錦糸卵とか刻んだハムとか、場合によってはカニカマとか。
Imitation crab? Then that's not exactly animal protein then, is it?
それじゃあ冷やし中華とかの盛り合わせだよ。そうめんにもつけない？つけないとおかずなくない？私の家ではつけませんけど。それにハムもお肉だけど、錦糸卵も卵だし、カニカマは。
Imitation crab, it wasn't a fish cake. What was it made of again? It wasn't made from tofu that's formed to resemble meat. I think it was made from some sort of fish. Okay, so I guess technically it is animal protein? The closest thing to what Momoko wanted, were the daikon, carrot and cucumber sticks.
ああ、ザワッチまだ無駄なあがきをしてたわけ？そういえば朝ごはんにもタンパク質はなかった。納豆はあったよ。動物性タンパク質はなかった。
She forcefully stopped Yasumi and in a depressed mood held her head.
うわあ、なんということでしょう。これで3食肉も魚も食べてないことに。
I'm not even going to tell you about the alternative readily available protein source that's all around you anymore at this point. If you don't think of it now, then, well, you're on your own. Holding her head, she looked up.
肉魚
Continuing from the morning, this was the third time she made a soulful cry.
このままでは死んでしまいます。死ななくても背が伸びないです。やっぱり死活問題です。
How old are you again? I ask because, well, even if you got all the animal protein in the world right now, would you really grow that much taller at this point? Just curious.
翔子先輩。
She looked to me for help, but if I stopped this using my authority as captain, it'd create discontent. Well, use a different kind of authority. I myself wasn't opposed to vegetarian meals, so I'd have Yasumi work this out herself.
お嬢さんのお酒は OK で、私らのお肉がダメだなんて法律あっても私は認めません。
Let me just turn off vibration on my phone.
それともお肉食べたらお寺から叩き出されるとでも言うのですか？
Well, if it's human meat that you'd go around trying to eat, everyone would have a good justification to chase you out of the temple.
肉食きを咎めるつもりは毛頭なし。
I literally at all equals no hair. Huh? I'm kind of confuzzled by this line of dialogue here. The monk was saying he would honor the food just the same and held up his hand in prayer. It's true that he had no hair on his head.
まあ別段奨励してもおらんがの。
つまり私ら次第ってことです。
No, it depends on you.
精進料理にこだわるのはザワッチの横暴だ。職権乱用だ。
No, it's more so dependent on you, because I think at this point it'd be reasonable to assume that if anyone's going to be able to get you animal protein, it's you. So if I were you, I'd craft a bow and arrow and a set of arrows and go hunting for raccoons or something. If anything like that exists on this island.
それに実のところ夕べの晩から精進料理としてはつまずいちゃってるみたいだし。
Migiwa, who had been watching us and slurping her somen at her own pace, shocked Yasumi with her words.
そうなんですか？そうなのよ。おかしいな。ちゃんとお肉とか使わないようにしてたのに。私の肉センサーにも何も引っかかりませんでしたがね。
本当に何でしょうね。お味噌汁の出汁も気をつけていたようですし。
Well, why don't we ask Migiwa what the error is exactly? The entire Kendo team can only cock their heads and wonder. Sensei and the monks seemed to know what it was, but it looks like they weren't going to say anything. You're sadistic, both of you, keeping us unknowledgeable about our mistakes. How the hell are we supposed to learn?
夕べのカレーの付け合わせにたくあんとか福神漬けの他にらっきょうをつけたのを出してたじゃない？
I believe so, yes.
蜂蜜漬けの酸っぱ甘いやつですか？
Sweet and sour honey. Never had some honey mixed in with sweet and sour before. I wonder what that would taste like.
それ食べた時点で精進は終了。ももちーなんかバリバリ食べてたわよね。口寂しくて歯ごたえが恋しかったんですよ。でもらっきょうは所詮らっきょうなのでした。せめてニンニクだったならガーリック風味のステーキなどを妄想できたのですが。
Jesus Christ. I've never had a garlic steak before in my life. Why haven't I had a garlic steak?
らっきょうは食べたらダメなんですか？
これがダメなのよね。君主三門に入るを許さずって言ってね。
Leeks and liquor? I'm gonna need to wrap my head around this particular saying a little bit.
そこであということはヤスミン知ってはいたわけだ。はい。
Momoko didn't know, so the question marks on top of her head kept increasing.
お酒はわかるけど、君主の君って？
Yes, I'd like to know that too.
草冠に軍隊の軍で君。君読みで生草なら意味は通ると思うんだけど。ネギとかニラとかニンニクとか匂いの強い野菜のことで昨日食べたらっきょうも含まれます。辛いニラって書くことからわかるようにらっきょうには大ニラって別名があるわけ。実際はユリとかネギとかの仲間だったりするけど。
Lilies and onions are related to each other?
へえ。あれ？君主限定ってことはお肉は普通にいいんですか？牛、羊、豚を大君と言い、鳥、魚、卵を小君という。すなわち聖戦渋みなるものすべて君なり。肉は普通にダメなわけだし、君主の君は五君のことだっていうのが一般的な見解だけどね。
Wow. Remind me never to go into that temple then.
幽霊に立って姫さんは
I'd be missing out on a lot of my
そっちのおろし金をたっ
favorite
ぷり入れると
dishes.
吉かも。君祭は強者を避るゆえんなりってね。
Ginger can repel evil. I will have to remember that.
吸血鬼の弱点はニンニクだって言うでしょ。
It seems garlic and ginger were related.
ということはこちらの生姜も
アウトっちゃアウトね。ほうほう、これも精進失格ですか。
That would seem to be the case.
他にも向こうの方のテーブルだとマヨネーズとか普通に出しちゃってるし。冷蔵庫に入ってたから。
There was miso soup in small dishes for dipping vegetables sticks in, but a majority of the girls preferred mayonnaise.
ということはミギーさん、すでにザワッチの精進料理で頑張ってみる計画は頓挫していると？ま、そういうことになるかしら。聞いたかザワッチ、聞きましたか？聞きました。
Though she hadn't absolute proof, Momoko didn't hold back, and it was like she'd grown horns like an oni. She showed no mercy to Yasumi, whose shoulders were drooped.
それでは早速今晩からでも無駄な努力は放棄して肉とか肉を出すべきでしょう。
あと、せっか
If
く
you
海
want,
辺の町なんだから、
you know,
海鮮
Yasumi,
抜きとかいうのも辛い話よね。
you know, Yasumi, if you want to ruin the rest of Momoko's day, maybe you could use imitation meat or something. Just food for thought. No pun intended. I'd be all for seeing her break down spiritually after that. Does that make me a sadist?
いつもの食事を顧みるに肉とか魚が嫌いってわけじゃないはずだし。はいはい、わかりました。よろしい ってなんで桃子が献立のことに首突っ込んでるわけ？
I'm personally not fixated on vegetarian meals, but Yasumi is entrusted with planning the menu.
これはしたりよさ先輩。私は一般部員の代表として現状の不満が爆発する前に改善策を示していただきたいと椎なき全員の協力を。
I don't remember voting for you, Momoko, to represent me.
C が9割9分9厘じゃない。ですけど先輩、いくら午後は練習ないとはいえお肉食べないと夏バテとか。午後は練習しないわけ？いわゆる強化合宿じゃないからね。道理でのんびりしてるわけだ。屋根のないところで真昼に練習するのは熱射病とか怖いし。
When you're practicing summer with the protector on, you have to be careful to replenish the body's fluids.
何を軟弱なとか言いたいところだけど、私も結構夜型だし人のことは言えないか。
Well, here's a crazy idea if you don't mind engaging in a bit of vampirism. Practice out in the sun, and those who fall to their knees or otherwise collapse due to heat stroke or something, drain them of their fluids so those still standing can keep going. Separate the chaff from the wheat, so to speak. And no, I'm not being serious. Please don't do that. That'd be bad.
そういえば昨べも部屋にいなかったみたいだけど、夜中に一体何やってるわけ？そうね、太公望気取りかな。太公望？
州の文王に仕えた賢人でね、士官前は毎日のように釣り三昧してたことから、釣りをする人のことを例えてそういうのよ。
So basically, you were going fishing.
もっとも中国だと下手の横好きな釣り人のことを言うみたいなんだけど。
Migiwa, are you bad at fishing?
右輪さんはどうですか？
残念ながら今のところは収穫ゼロ。下道の雑魚もかからずに。
You have my sincerest sympathies.
寺暮らしだけにポーズですか？お、うまいね。まあこればっかりは相手の都合があるわけだし。
でしょうな。九郎様の祭りが近づくと浦島では船を出さなくなると話しましたが、海が荒れるというのもあるが魚も取れなくなるとのことじゃ。島の人間は九郎様が供物として食べてしまったと言っておるらしい。
Kurosama must have a really big diet.
ちなみにこの時期魚は少々値上がりしますな。というわ
けで今晩は肉ですよ、肉。お肉料理か。お肉買ってこないと。
Just hunt for them. Be economic about this, and you can get survival training out of it too. Win-win all around, and not a penny needs to be spent. No matter how you go about it, with this many people and no storage space, you need to go shopping every day. Or you could just make your own storage spaces. Just gather a bunch of fallen wood or whatever in the nearby woods and just tie it all together, make a little box or a small shack or something, and store whatever you can store in there. There you go, storage solution.
だけどこの人数分だと結構な重さになるわね。あと一人か二人。
私が行きます。
あ、綾代先輩は休んでいてください。買い出しは先生の車で行くから大丈夫です。車？
午前の間にレンタカーを借りてきたのです。
She twirled a key strap around her finger.
田舎じゃ足は必須ですもの。
Now, what should I do? Another opportunity to see last night's girl, huh? Well, she still hasn't woken up yet, so... Unless by some chance, if I go see her right now, she does wake up, then I guess then it'd be a good opportunity to find out, well, you know, hey, how'd you wind up in the ocean? But we could also just help Yasumi shop. Let's help Yasumi shop.
じゃあ私もそっちについていくわ。
I decide I should go along to make sure Yasumi doesn't overwork herself.
いいんですか？
Yes, it's okay.
結構荷物になりそうだし、だったら人手が必要でしょ？別にそれほどでもあるかもしれませんけど。じゃあ手伝ってもらえますか？いいわよ。あと一人は余裕で乗れそうだけど、
Whoops.
夜に備えてすることあるので、今日のところは辞退します。
I hope it's preparations on learning how to hunt, because if we don't end up getting meat tonight and you end up making more soulful cries, then so help me, I will put you through some survival training myself.
ザワッチは先輩と二人でごゆるりと。ももちゃん？
先生もいるんだけど。
Good. Then you can act as a mediator between us.
先生、馬に蹴られないよう気をつけてください。ザワッチはオサ先輩ラブですから。だからももちゃん。まったく。だいたい夜に備えてすることって何よ。
Momoko, if something bad happens to you later on in the story that puts you in a coma or kills you or something, assuming that things do get that dark in this thing, I'll be very sad. There's not a dull moment with you around. Please keep yourself safe, for my entertainment's sake.
海に泳ぎに行ったりするの？いえいえ、ちょっとばかり仕込みをですね。仕込み？ももちゃんも何か作る予定なの？
If that's the case, it'd be better to go shopping with us. I really thought it was about food.
じいちゃん仕込みのトラップで皆さんを恐怖のどん底に叩き込んでヒーヒー言わせてやりますですよ。
If you have time to make traps, you have time to learn how to use a bow and arrow and hunt raccoons or something.
トラップって。
I got a bad feeling. I don't. I'm sure I could handle it if I was in your shoes.
聞いておくけど、あなたが言ってる仕込みって料理の仕込みじゃないわよね。なんで料理の仕込みをやって皆さんを恐怖のどん底に落とさなきゃならないんですか？
Well, you'd be pretty surprised at what you can do to scare the living daylights out of people of how you prepare food.
いや、あんまり肉言ってるから。そこまでカーニバルな想像されると仕込みの方向性として微妙にかすったりしないこともないですけど、スプラッタよりゴシック狙いですよ。
Oh, gothic, huh? I'm all for that. I didn't understand the difference, but it seemed to make sense to Momoko.
今夜の肝試しは私が仕切ります。ああ、やるんだ。また棒ですよ、やりますよ。仕方ないわね。悪いんだけど、綾四郎。
桃子ちゃんのお目付け役ですか？
お願い。
そうですね。私も怖いのは得意ではない方ですから、あまり張り切られると困りますし。
Then maybe this test of courage will actually be what you need in order to get more courage. So by all means, take your eyes off Momoko. Let her do her thing. I'm sure that whatever she'll end up putting everybody through will help everybody build some character.
翔子さんとやすみちゃんだって自由時間なのに買い出しに行ってくれているわけですし。
かくいう私も皆さんを楽しませるために自由時間を削ってですね。いや、削らなくていいから。
沢さん、幼いさん、そろそろ出るわよ。
はーい。それではザワッチオサ先輩、お土産よろしく、肉よろしく。
A bit after the meal was done, we finished preparations for going out and, accompanied by Momoko's meat farewell, got into Aoi Sensei's rental car. You know, I just had a thought. I haven't even looked at this flowchart encyclopedia thing yet, have I? Why don't I look at the chart first?
進行上カーソルを合わせると章題が表示されるわよ。
Okay, so I guess that's the overall map, and here allows me to move to certain screens. Going up. I'm already at the bottom list of choices, huh? Well, this will definitely be helpful when I need to go back and replay certain parts of the story, so I can check out what the other routes have. So, real thankful that this option exists. And as for the encyclopedia,
用語辞典よ。どの用語を調べたいわけ？
let's see here. Encyclopedia, where are you? Really? There's no encyclopedia option thing in here? Well, that sucked. Okay, so word. I'm going to assume that all these just refer to specific names and terminologies that I keep hearing throughout the whole thing. And apparently I've already got 25% of it all filled out.
進行状態の把握は大事よね。用語辞典よ。
And I just now registered this for the first time, but we have a skip scene function here as well. So I think that would also be really nice to have for replays. Okay, I got that little curiosity satisfied for now. Let's move on. Unasaka had many curves along the road, but Sensei's driving was unexpectedly smooth. It'd be a while before I'd get carsick. Make sure to have a window open if you start feeling a little woozy. Fresh oxygen can help. Oops, I didn't mean to get the log open. It was not polite, but I hadn't known what Sensei's driving was like, and I had been a little concerned, but it's not polite to not know what your Sensei's driving skills are like. Okay, I feel like something's a bit lost in translation here. She seemed to be in a good mood as she hummed a song while driving. She glanced at Yasumi and me through the rearview mirror.
とりあえず、今夜はお肉っていうのは決定なのね。
More like Momoko decide for us, but I mean, well, if I'm being honest, I'm not exactly complaining.
メニューから肉を外したりするとまた桃子がうるさいですからね。手っ取り早く精進料理終了って印象づけるならレバニラ炒めにでもしとく？
It was a common food to provide stamina to get through summer. It was easy to cook, and with the right pots and heat, you could make a large amount. You could garnish it with sprouts to increase the nutrition, and if you add red or green bell peppers, it would add a bit of color too.
先生、レバーはちょっとな。
大の大人が好き嫌い言わないでください。
I'm an adult, and I will talk about liking or disliking or flat out despising certain foods as much as I damn well please. Thank you very much. And frankly, so should she. She's the adult here. You aren't. She has the authority. She's the sensei.
先生は美味しく楽しく食べられるかどうかを語っているだけで、レバーが嫌いで食べられないとは言ってませんよ。
The most difficult thing was that the seasoned dish accompanying the main one was also a dish with a strong taste. My grandpa and I didn't have many things we liked or disliked, so we ate quite a bit of it at our house, but...
翔子先輩、せっかくの合宿なんですから、みんなが美味しく楽しく食べられるメニューにしましょうよ。
Well, get chicken in there, and I'm sure you could go a long way with that. Beef would probably also work pretty well, too. But definitely chicken. Since Yasumi, who was in charge of the meals, said that, I didn't mind listening to her.
とは言っても、食べ物の好き嫌いなんて10人十色なんだから、全員の要望に応えるなんて無理だと思うけど。
You can get portions of a little bit of everything, and, well, there you go.
確かにそうなんですけど、
That way you're prepared
アレ
for
ルギー
whatever.
とかどうしても食べられないものとかは。
Did you all, get a list of everybody's allergies before you took this trip? Something like that would be, pretty handy at a time like this. That's right. We were asked about that before the trip. I wondered if at this moment, Yasumi was matching up which ingredients she could use for the kind of dishes she could make.
献立考える人も大変よね。
寮の調理師さんたちと仲良くなったんですけど、本当にいろいろ気を使ってもらっていて大変そうです。寮はビュッフェ形式なんで、メニューの数を増やすことでアレルギー素材も使ったりできるそうなんですけど、そういう縛りがない分、剣道部は楽ですよね。好き嫌いは結構あるみたいですけど。
Taking likes and dislikes into account, it seems like there wasn't an easy answer.
お肉料理、お肉料理。
Though she said meat, beef, pork, and chicken were the main three, there's also lamb and what part to buy and how to cook it. If you increase the range of consideration, you have to make compromises, and it seems she was wavering over which path to take.
せっかく遠出の合宿だから素材は地方の特産物がいいんじゃない？
予算は大丈夫なんですか？
宿が安い分食事ぐらいはね。地鶏のシャモ鍋もいいけど黒豚なんかもいいわね。
桃子も朝から豚言ってましたしね。あの子は肉なら何でも良さそうですけど。うん、やっぱり黒豚かな。浦島では牛も飼ってるけど、やっぱりこの辺りだと黒豚の方が有名だし。
へえ、相沢さんよく知ってたわね。
はい。
Yasumi had been searching her head for recipes. She looked up and met Sensei's narrowed eyes in the rearview mirror.
浦島の牛に目をつけるとは相沢さんもやるじゃないの。
そのガイドブックとかで予習してきましたから。
Yasumi looked down as if it were natural to do such preparations as a manager. Sensei narrowed her eyes.
勤勉なことは良きことかな。浦島の牛は純血に近い昔ながらの和牛なのよね。
I wonder what pure Japanese cows are like. She confirmed this with Yasumi and then started explaining to me, who was the only one that didn't know. Telling these stories seemed to be more Aoi Sensei's natural calling than her job as a teacher.
昔ながらとは言っても魏志倭人伝にはその地には牛馬小兵養弱なしって書かれてるからそれより後のことだと思うけど。
I hoped that we wouldn't get too far off track and finish in a timely manner. But
魏志倭人伝というと邪馬台国の？
今のはクナ国の描写なんだけど
Aoi Sensei was saying that Unasaka should also be rearing cows, since it was the closest place to the island. Then the remaining question was in the past. When did the island start raising cows? According to Sensei's pet theory, It should be something like the foreign Oni in the past brought cows to the island.
鬼の正体は漂着した外国人って解釈をよく見るけど、浦島の鬼王もそうだったのかもね。
King of Urashima, also king of the cows.
最後に牛に化けるくだりも、見慣れない外国人が角のある見慣れない生き物を連れていることに驚いた人が加えたエピソードかもしれないわね。
I guess that kind of makes sense, I think. It said that for people who weren't used to seeing horses, when they saw someone on horseback for the first time, it looked like some huge half-human beast. That must be where centaurs came from, then. And for uncivilized... I wasn't done reading that, excuse you. And for uncivilized tribes who didn't wear clothing, when they first saw someone with clothes on, they thought it was a weird type of skin. In other words, the only Taiji of Urashima is about expelling foreigners who invaded the island and taking over their cows and other property. You don't just take another man's cow, man. That's just a fighting action right there. A war action. Excluding the storm and plague that just happened to occur, it turned out to be a simple story.
だけど、それならなんで鬼の形容にとつ国のなんて。
The thing that interrupted Sensei, who had gotten worked up, was the impersonal sound of the phone, which cared not about circumstances. Sensei, who couldn't take her hands off the steering wheel, glanced at the cell phone in the drink holder.
あ、ごめんなさい。どっちでもいいから先生の電話出て。
It seemed she wasn't going to return the call later, but have one of us answer it. It seems it wasn't a phone call that students shouldn't know about. If it were a phone call from Shoshinji as a professional, was it she? Was it she shouldn't miss the call? Maybe she's just gonna have you hold the phone to her head or something. Well, I don't mind picking up the phone. I'll answer it. Before Yasumi could get up, I reached out my hand for the cell phone.
もしもし
I used a safe greeting. I tried to work on it, but it still seems I'm not friendly enough.
もしもし私だよ元気してたかい
On the other hand, the owner of the voice seemed friendly. Whether it was because the reception was good, or because of the other person's voice, Yasumi sitting next to me could also hear. Though it was a young voice, her old-fashioned manner of speaking made it hard to judge her age.
その声は葵じゃないのかい
She seemed to be the same age as Sensei and didn't use any honorifics of her, so I'm guessing it's a classmate or senpai.
私は葵先生の教え子で幼いと言います。先生は今運転中でちょっと手を離せないので。ああ、それは確かに教え子乗せたりしてたら運転中は気を抜けないね。どうすればいいか先生に確認を取るので少しお待ちください。
I lightly covered the mouthpiece with the palm of my hand and raised myself up to ask the sensei, who was driving.
先生、後でかけ直すように伝えておきます？
あ、大丈夫だから、おしゃべりでもしながらちょっと待ってもらって。
Gonna pull over? Sensei saw an appropriate place and started pulling the car over to the shoulder of the road. What a rough way of treating someone. But Sensei could also hear who was on the phone, and felt she'd be fine with it.
お待たせしました。
But still, even though it was Sensei's friend, it was someone I'd met for the first time. So what in the world should I talk about? At a time like this, I guess it should be weather.
聞こえてた。相変わらずマイペースな子だね。
No, No, I guess we had in common, what we had in common was Aoi Sensei, so that should be the topic, I guess.
昔からこうだったんですか？私が知ってるのは大学の頃からだから、そんなに昔ってわけじゃないけどさ。
College friend, huh? Sensei stopped the car and got out with cell in hand. Yasumi and I also got off. I gave a big stretch and took a deep breath of air. It felt different from the air-conditioned car. There was the heat of summer and the direct sunlight, but under the tall sky and wide sea, this felt more suitable. Because the road was next to the sea, the salty air blew through my hair.
お待たせしました。葵です。
久しぶりだね。私だよ。春から
Hello,
教師だって
me.
聞いたけど、つつがなくやってるかい？
それはもちろんですとも。私のカリスマっぷりは大したものですよ。赴任早々部活の顧問にスカウトされましたし。
文芸部とか歴史部とかかい？
正解は剣道部です。
いや、待て、笑うところじゃなかったか。あんたはともかく親父さんは剣の道では玄人だっけ？まったく、そいつはエビでタイだね。
ひどい言い草です。確かに今いる合宿先もお父さんの紹介なんですけど、覚えてます？前にゼミで話した鬼ヶ島の話が伝わってる。
浦島のあるうなさかかい？
そこの正心寺というお寺に。
おや、なんとも奇遇な話だね。私も仕事絡みでね、そこの近場にいるんだよ。
What an interesting coincidence indeed.
近場ってどれぐらいですか？
私の車なら1時間かからないね。
でしたら今夜あたりお寺に遊びに来ませんか？和尚もお酒は好きですし、一緒に一杯やりましょ
ああ、それは残念な話だね。日が沈む前にこっちを離れないと別件に間に合わないんだよ。
Well, that's unfortunate.
翔子先輩。
We were standing a little bit away from Sensei. Yasumi peeked up at me and called my name in a low voice while tugging my sleeve. Seriously, she looks so sad. I don't know what to do here.
今の話だと夕方までなら大丈夫ってことですよね。そういうことになるわね。私たちは降ろしてもらって先生に遊びに行ってもらうっていうのはどうでしょう。
Though they hadn't discussed it prior, they were within distance of meeting someone they hadn't seen for a while. Fate was a strange thing. So, might not be a bad idea, honestly.
休みはそれでいいの？はい。
Akiko-san felt that the connections he made during trips were important, and as much as I could, I'd like to honor that. This might not be a new meeting, but it was definitely a connection due to the trip.
先生、買い物は私たちで済ませておきますから行ってきたらどうですか？
う。おそらいさん何？
Sensei apologetically told the person on the other side to wait a moment and remove the cell phone from her ear.
めったにない機会みたいですし、今から会ってくればいいじゃないですか？
そんな悪いわよ。だいたい先生の車がなかったらどうやって二人で荷物を運ぶんですか？
We'll jog back to the temple. We were only going to buy enough for the 3 meals until lunch tomorrow. But it was for the entire team, so it'd be quite a bit. Think of this as additional training. In addition, there was the list of snacks and sundry goods that we needed to buy. More training! It's true that without a car or something, it'd be difficult to transport everything to Shoshinji.
まあ場合によってはタクシーなりでなんなりと。
It seemed it was hard for her to decide whether Yasumi and I would really be okay by ourselves. It seemed she was wavering between the goodwill of her students and her duty as a teacher.
もしもし、どうしたんだい？
What tipped the scale to one side was a voice on the cell.
じゃあ、あとはお願いしちゃっていいかしら。
At that answer, Yasumi smiled.
楽しんできてくださいね。
As if she couldn't hold it in, she really did give a joyful smile.
ここでほとんど揃ったわね。
Yep, definitely a convenience store. First thing, well, then again, no, it's not. I think it's just a regular restaurant. The layout's kind of similar, so it threw me off for a sec. The first thing we did after we were dropped off in Unasaka was to find what was probably the biggest supermarket. It was the closest one. It was big and stood out. The first thing was to go in, check out the prices, and look around.
このお店、侮れませんよ。品も揃いも結構いいですし、お値段の方もそこそこ頑張ってます。
It seems that the prices were reasonably low. Buying in bulk will do that. Supermarkets that bought and sold large amounts of goods could keep their prices low enough to make individual owners cry. Well, it's every consumer's wish to buy the same item at a lower price, so there wasn't much disagreement about that point.
じゃあ、合宿中はここをひいきにしましょう。一箇所で用事が済むのはメリットだわ。こっちは暑いですから、お店をはしごするのは大変ですしね。
The cool air in the store made me narrow my eyes. The biggest plus might be that you don't need to step outside the store to get almost all the shopping done.
それにしても、さすがに平均気温の高い地方ね。用冷蔵のをたくさん買うと保冷剤とかつけてくれるんだ。その分重くなっちゃいますけど。
Well, we had no choice. I've heard that the meat, which needs to be refrigerated, tastes the best when it's rotting. But if that really happened, that'd be an urgent matter. If the meat becomes like that, I have an idea of a meat lover who would still eat it, so I'd like to avoid that possibility. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Now, but before becoming part of the body, the weight of the meat would help increase the body's muscles. It was like gaining flesh for meat.
翔子先輩、やっぱり私ももう少し。いいから、そっちのかさばる方を持ってて。
There was a rather large amount of snacks on the list, but they didn't weigh much, and I stuffed them into the bag.
バスを使って途中から歩きなんて経費節減も考えてたんだけど。
No matter what, we had to climb up the long stairs, so I thought it wouldn't be that much to walk from the bus stop to Shoshinji, but
暑さと荷物の量を考えたら素直にタクシー呼ぶのが無難よね。休みも疲れるの嫌でしょ。別に疲れるのが嫌というか嫌ですけど。
well, it was an expected answer.
じゃあタクシー呼んでくるからこのまま中で待ってなさい。翔子先輩、ちょっと待ってください。
It seemed she had a somewhat difficult thing to say since she glanced upward at me.
保冷剤があるんで少しぐらいなら大丈夫だと思うんですよ。何が？私としてはタクシーを使って楽をするお金があるならですね、ちょっと休んで英気を養ってからバスで帰る方を。
Well, that's also an option. It seems it was something like that.
何？どこか寄り道したい場所とかあるの？別にどこというわけじゃないんですけど。
There wasn't any special place she wanted to go. It seems like she just wanted to take a break. So, what should I do? Alright, sure. Why not?
自腹でも全然構わないんですけど。 嫌だったら
The longer I pondered, the more half-hearted Yasumi's expression became. Jeez, good grief.
嫌ってわけじゃないのよ。ただね。
Before my thinking became a mess, I lapsed into silence and stopped talking, as if it had never happened.
仮にも部長、部員に範を示す立場なだけに、どうしたものかと迷ってるだけなんだけど。
I thought of the previous captain and wondered how she would set an example.
うわ、参考にならない。
She was a person of a lot of charisma, but I wasn't sure if she was a proper example to follow. But on the other hand, as a teacher, I think she left a lot of important lessons.
仕方ないわね。
I knew it would be ill-advised to imitate Asuna senpai, but I was also aware that I should be more approachable.
お茶するぐらいなら、まあいいかな。
Going shopping was our task, but originally this was free time, so I could be a little tolerant. And also, Yasumi, the manager, was working until this late. I was wondering if I should give her some sort of reward. Since we were thrifty, we should have enough funds left over. But I planned to use my own money. We started looking for a shop, but
とは言っても入りやすいお店が。
we didn't find one. Well, sad day for you, I guess. We didn't know the way since it was our first time here, plus we had more luggage than a housewife normally would. Going to a fashionable cafe seemed to be too much. Though if we really had to, there were a number of shops, but we were only half-heartedly wanting to enter them. Then it was a little hard. If any place was really okay, then there were shops with a low threshold, but since we came all the way to Unasaka, we should pick somewhere else, but first, let me ask Yasumi's opinion.
白金ビーフでいいかしら。私はどこでも、その変なところじゃなかったら。
It really did seem anywhere was fine.
悪いわね。結局ハックになっちゃって。
Haku referred to Hakken Beef Burger. It was a national fast food chain with a familiar commercial song. Of course it's in my town. It might be in your town too. That's kind of scary. Since it was a national chain, the displays were not too different from the ones near Seiju. Comparing the items I knew, the prices were lower.
いらっしゃいませ。ご注文はお決まりでしょうか。
Since it was an afternoon during summer vacation, the stop was rather busy, so we grabbed some seats in a corner where we wouldn't be a bother. Next was to choose what to order, since we were having a short break. Commonplace liver burger, limited Urashima burger, summer special polar bear. I'm going to assume summer special polar bear is some kind of ice cream snack. Let's go with this polar bear.
夏季限定ってあるけどさ。
So this is limited to the summer season, huh?
はい。あれ、地元の店には出てなかったわよね。
It's not available in the stores in our area? Summer season limited edition. Polar bear. Like a layer of air and full of condensed milk, the shaved ice was really like a polar bear and had distinct style suitable to its name, so it's shaved ice then, okay. It was also quite large and decorated with various fruit on the top.
夏季限定メニューな上にこっちの地方限定ですから、店舗限定ではなかったと思います。
As expected of Yasumi, who had to use a guidebook to prepare beforehand. Though it was a franchise, a characteristic of Haku's was to have limited edition local menus. Many stores had them. There were also some dedicated people who went to all the stores around the country attempting to try them all.
店舗ごとに品揃え違いすぎよね。基本は全国一律だから外れを引くことないんだけれど。
ポーラーベア、私は好きでした。
へえ。
でもちょっと量が多いかも。
It's true that it might be a little too much for Yasumi to eat alone. Since this was a foreign company, the basic menu consisted of large patties and buns. But it seems these items were large too.
じゃあ2人で食べる？
Yasumi and I ordered one polar bear for the two of us and returned to our seats with the item on a tray. There were 2 spoons in our one order. We weren't really sure what to do, so we took turns eating. As expected, this felt a little embarrassing, maybe. Yasumi also turned red and looked down at the neighboring seats. But my flushed cheeks were cooled from the inside by the sweet ice. It was a very good feeling. And so, Yasumi and I, as we ate what we ordered, we talked about the team as we normally did. It was just idle chatter. And I was normally more reticent, but whether it was because of the trip or because of the other person, the words didn't stop flowing. Ring, ring. The thing that stopped the conversation was the ring of a cell phone.
私です。
There was a rustle as she searched her bag. Yasumi stopped the ringing and put the phone to her ear. 8 or 9 times out of 10, it was probably Momoko. She probably wanted a breakdown of what we brought, a status from Sensei, or to add something to the list for someone.
もしもし、ももちゃん？
Well, it might be a higher probability than 8 times out of 10.
サワッチ、買い物ってもう終わった？
Her gaze wandered and met mine as she searched for an answer. No! Hangs up. I didn't even have to strain my ears to hear that question. I thought how best to answer. If I said we weren't done yet, she might want to add something to the list. If I said we were done, and it was revealed that we were taking our time, she might tell us to come back to Shoshinji. You do not rush perfection from in the kitchen, Momoko. So don't even try. That might be a bit of a pity. So I mentally prepared myself for something to be added to the list.
もうちょっとはかかるわね。
I answered like that. Well, that was because if Yasumi's answer was the same or no, she gave a little abashed smiled and said the words in her own voice. An abashed smiled.
もうちょっとかかるかな。
何やらハックのテーマとか電話越しに聞こえてくるんですけど。
Shit! She's onto us!
近くにいるから。
Hang up! That probably wouldn't fool her, but maybe she was concerned about something else since she didn't challenge that statement. In exchange, the item that Momoko asked for was meat. Just meat. Whether I could say it was expected or not, something got added to the list. But what was added was not for Momoko herself or on behalf of someone else.
ところで、オサ先輩は水着とかって持ってきてます？
Okay, definitely not meat. Though this was a training camp for Kendo, besides Yasumi and myself, it seems everyone brought one, including Aoi Sensei. So if everyone went to beach, as captain, to maintain conformity in the group, I would need one. was Momoko's reasoning. Looks like it was inevitable, and I would be made to buy one. Well, it was about time to get a new swimsuit, and I'd brought extra money for this faraway trip, so I didn't mind getting a new one.
何？
I picked a couple which were more practical, comparing the quality of the material and sewing. Yasumi tugged on my sleeve. Yasumi should be looking for a swimsuit for herself, but...
先輩の水着はこういうので見立てろってももちゃんからの指令が。
I will get whatever swimsuit I damn well please.
こういうのってどういうのよ。これです。
I don't win. She doesn't win. I don't know what that even means, but I like it. I don't win. I don't win. But she had sent an email with an attachment which Yasumi let me see. She wants you to wear a two-piece, doesn't she? The reason I wasn't dumbfounded was because somewhere in my heart I knew it was going to be something like this. That Momoko. Was she saying I had to wear a swimsuit like this? Well, I would assume so. What exactly does she want you to wear? Let me see. I clenched my teeth inside. I calmed down and read the text of the message.
推進嫌がるようなら先輩には内緒で購入よろしく。費用は我々有志が出し合うので立て替えといてくださいな。
Okay, so okay, Momoko. Let's say that she's against buying that thing, and you guys secretly buy it anyway. What exactly are you gonna do with it? I mean, gonna try to force it on me or something? If she said interested parties, then Momoko wasn't the only one involved.
まったくどういう神経なのかしら。
Was it so fun to see someone wear the swimsuit that they even use their own money to pay for it? Clearly, yes. Maybe the swimsuit was going to be used for some punishment game.
でも何？私も見たいです。
Well, I guess we can include you as part of the interested parties, huh, Yasumi? Aizawa Yasumi, you too? But seeing Yasumi's red face and earnest expression, I didn't think she was trying to make a joke or tease me.
先輩スタイルいいですから絶対かっこいいの似合うと思うんです。
Okay, so cool. So maybe not something skimpy? I'm just trying to figure out just what exactly this thing is here. Using any little clue I can get here. It seems that she wasn't telling a lie and really did think it would suit me. I see. It'd look good on me. I myself at least acknowledged that because of daily practice, I didn't have any extra meat on my bones. Don't you mean extra fat? I give up. Maybe the heat from Yasumi's face was contagious because suddenly my neck, cheeks, and earlobes all turned red.
仕方ないわね。
Earlobes too. It must be serious. I guess there's no helping it. You're weak-willed. I pity you. Anyways, I at least went to go try it on. Was that a whoop of joy? More like a sigh of bliss.
ちょっと私には似合わないんじゃない？
Of course it was expected since it was a swimsuit, but the wind against my bare skin made me lose confidence.
そんなことないです。似合います。わかった。試着もしたし、これにすることにする。
Since I know that she wasn't teasing me, it didn't make me feel weird that she was praising me so much. Though I did feel really embarrassed.
だけど休み、私にこういうのを着せる以上、 あなたの方も相応の水着を選ぶんでしょうね。
Eye for an eye, I guess.
ももちゃんじゃなくて私？連帯責任よ。
If Yasumi weren't here, I never would have picked that swimsuit. Since it would be for me, I would have rejected their conditions. The reason I bought this swimsuit was...
まったく。じゃあ翔子先輩が選んでくれます？私が？
At my reply, she nodded.
あんまり服の見立てとか自信ないんだけどな。そうなんですか？
I didn't pay attention to whether her clothes were a gift or souvenir. I would still wear it.
私が普通に着てるシャツとかセンス微妙ってよく突っ込まれる。あ、海ぶどうとか。
It was a souvenir from down south. I used a shirt in place of pajamas, and it had something like that written across the chest. I was confused for a while as to what I should say. Yasumi, who was silent for a while, had a faint smile on her face.
別に今の服とかはそんなに微妙じゃないと思いますよ。ありがとう。
Clothes that I was wearing weren't really a set, so I was also a bit doubtful about Yasumi's eyes. I was going to give her one last warning about letting me choose for her, but in the end I ended up choosing one. Various styles of swimsuit were displayed in a cramped area, and I looked for one that would suit Yasumi. From when I was a kid until now, I don't remember ever having played dress up with a doll, but maybe that's why I didn't have a polished sense of style and just wore whatever. It might be somehow fun to pick out a suitable swimsuit for what was indeed a cute girl.
これとか似合うと思うんだけど。
Oh, I get to choose? Okay. So our choices are frilly flower pattern bikini, orange polka dot bikini, and refreshing blue A-line one piece. Wait a minute. A-line one piece. I don't remember what those look like. So why don't I look real fast? Pop up for me. Okay, a swimsuit. Oh, that kind of style, huh? I guess maybe either A-line or a flower pattern. Let's go with A-line, why not? Soon after the rustle from changing clothes had stopped, the curtains to the changing room opened.
どうですか？
Well, it suits you.
色とか涼しげだし、布の量も多いわよね。
It was light blue with white flowers. The combination of colors was simple and smart. Just looking at it was refreshing. However, it didn't give an impression of being hard. Maybe it was due to the pale color and distinctive design. At first glance, it looked like a one piece, but the fluttering hem of the skirt was like the bottom of a bikini. Also, the lines that covered the important places were pink and gave a nice contrast between hot and cold colors. I see. It was definitely something Yasumi would like, but...
これかわいいですね。
So I
結
guess
構
I
気
made
に
a
入
good
っちゃいまし
choice.
た。
Well, she seems to like it, so I'm gonna say yes, we made a good choice.
そう？可愛くないですか？
At my tongue-tied reaction, she turned her neck and twirled around once. The sleeves of the one piece resembled a camisole and fluttered. I also caught a tantalizing glimpse of the bikini-like bottom.
いや、可愛い。可愛いんだけど。
A swimsuit resembling a bikini readily exposed such places, and I shouldn't mind seeing it, but...
なんかその短いってこの丈ですか？水着だって分かってるんだけど短すぎて落ち着かないのよね。
Though since I myself haven't ever worn a skirt shorter than my uniform, I might just not be used to seeing it. Maybe she was suddenly embarrassed because I pointed that out, but Yasumi went to go search for another swimsuit. In the end, after looking at various ones, she chose one of the first ones we saw. It was a flower pattern bikini with frills and a matching peru. If it's the second one I was thinking about, then, well, okay, I guess at least we get the second choice. If Yasumi herself liked it, and also matched my sense of style, I wonder if it would seem questionable to others.
じゃあこれにします。似合うわよ。
It would be fine if I gave a little more detailed praise, but for me that was the best I could do. But it seems she didn't feel uncomfortable with the praise. She gave an abashed smile, and at that, my own cheeks warmed up. At that moment, I felt a strange presence. It wasn't from someone else's stare or from outside, but something born within my body. It was weird and I didn't really understand.
何これ。
After my whisper, Yasumi's voice made me turn around. Yasumi's skin, which just earlier had been light pink, like a sakura flower, was now as white as frost. As if they couldn't support her body, her knees buckled. Her legs put up a good fight just to try to keep their balance, but in the end failed.
Yasumi?
Oh dear. You should probably check on her. Just make sure she's okay. Just in the nick of time. I frantically caught her as Yasumi suddenly collapsed. In my arms, Yasumi felt soft, but was completely cold. Okay, definitely not good. As if the body in my arms wanted to recover its lost warmth, it shivered. But it seems that even that was hard to do, so it eventually stopped.
休み、大丈夫じゃないわよね。別にこれぐらい。
Yeah, no. If it's enough to make you unsteady on your feet, it's definitely not nothing.
これぐらいじゃないわよ。とにかく、その格好じゃどうにもならないから着替えさせるわよ。あ、着替えなら一人で。
She wasn't okay at all.
ここが畳の部屋とかだったらそうさせたかもしれないけどね。
I was uneasy about letting her change alone while she was standing up. I went into the changing room and helped Yasumi change her swimsuit, and then I paid for the two of us and hailed a taxi outside.
すいません。昇進寺まで急ぎでお願いします。それから携帯使わせてください。
はい、昇進寺まで。携帯の方はどうぞ。
After receiving permission, I started searching my cell's directory. Searching for group. Seiju Academy Kendo team. The group was in syllable order. Excluding the current person, Aizawa Yasumi and Aoi Hanako, who hadn't returned to the temple. Lord, this English is broken. The first person on there was Akita Momoko.
もしもし、桃子？オサ先輩、どうでした？かっこいい水着は買えましたか？
More on that later.
水着は買った。それより休みが大変なのよ。サワッチが？今から車で帰るけど、布団敷いて着いたらすぐに休めるようにしといて。ラジャりました。
End call. It's finally preparations over there to Momoko. I wonder if it'd be done by the time we arrived. I'm pretty sure Momoko will make damn sure that it's all ready. After all, Yasumi is her pride and joy. Now,
休み、どうしたの？
your condition, maybe? I asked Yasumi, who had entrusted herself to me and was leaning against me. If it was an episode as normal, then she'd be fine if she rested. If it was more than that, then...
わかりません。急に目の前が白くなって。運動とかしてたわけじゃないのにね。はい。最近はあんまりこういうことなかったんですけど。暑さにのぼせてっていうのじゃなさそうね。
Bad circulation, maybe? The store was air-conditioned. In the air-conditioned store, did she suddenly worsen because she tried on a number of outfits? No.
倒れる直前、
Yeah, that
い
doesn't make
つもの
sense
め
to
まい
me.
とは違う変な感じはしなかった？
Immediately before Yasumi collapsed, I felt a strange presence. Oh yeah, I guess maybe that presence had something to do with it. I had called out without thinking, and Yasumi's voice had overlapped with mine. But the presence was...
別にいつもより強かったですけど。そう。
Well, this might be a problem. An unknown strange presence that can apparently make your condition flare up. A presence. Was I the only one that felt it? Honestly, why don't we ask Yasumi? Maybe she felt something too.
とりあえず夕食まで体休めて、今夜はたっぷり食べなさい。桃子のリクエスト通りの夏バテに効くメニューだしね。はい。
I lent a shoulder to Yasumi, supporting her as we climbed up the long stairs. It was only after I opened the main door that I realized if I had called someone, it might have relieved some of the burden on Yasumi and I. Jeez, that wasn't a good omen. Though I knew that if I just let things fall as they may, it wouldn't turn out well. I was in a rush and wasn't thinking. No, it wasn't that I wasn't thinking. It was that I wasn't thinking clearly. Once I opened the main door, before I could take off my shoes, Aoi Shiro and company rushed towards me.
やすみちゃんは大丈夫ですか？
Oh, hey! The girl with the white hair is awake.
倒れた直後よりはひどくなってないみたい。大丈夫です。
お布団干したばかりですから、こっちに。
Yasumi didn't have any strength, but she didn't want others to worry, so she gave a small smile. Aoi Shiro returned the smile and walked down the hall. It seemed everything was taken care of.
Huh?
No, there was still something left unfinished. On the opposite side was Momoko, who looked as if she wanted to lend a shoulder to Yasumi. This was a good chance to direct her to do something.
桃子、下まで行ってタクシーから荷物取ってきてくれない？桃子の好きなお肉があるから。あ？
Even if it were flat, I considered it too reckless to carry both the groceries and help Yasumi, so I left them in the car. At first I was going to leave them on the stairs under the blazing sun, but the kind driver let us leave them in the air-conditioned car. He said he'd bring them up for us, but I guess we couldn't be that dependent on him.
何故タクシー？先生はどこ行きましたか？
それは後で説明するから。
It was natural for her to wonder about that, but since it'd take some time to explain, I'd leave it for later. Anyways, it wasn't good to make him wait for too long.
あ、タクシーのお金は？
支払ってあるから。
ひとっ走り行ってきます。ザワチのことよろしくです。
Soon after Momoko's footsteps disappeared, we arrived at the room with the futon. If she was going to rest, she might as well be comfortable, so I helped her change into her pajamas. Now everything should be done. Hi! Can you speaketh the Japanese? I finally noticed a small girl. She'd always been there, but had been tottering behind Aoi Shiro. Since no one paid attention to her for a moment, I thought I was the only one that could see her. This was an old temple, and she looked like the description of what Aoi Shiro saw this morning. It didn't look like an ordinary girl. Her skin was colorless, like if she were raised deep within the ocean. Her hair was the same, and wasn't bound, but freely flowing. She had white pale skin, and long wavy white hair. Could it be? This was the girl we saw in the ocean yesterday. You're just now realizing that? That had been important, but the reason I'd forgotten was because Yasumi's situation was more urgent. Is what I'd like to think. The girl who had been soundly sleeping seems to have awoken while Yasumi and I were shopping. So was this what you'd call one rapid sinks and another rapid rises? I guess. I didn't know if she knew Yasumi was the first one to find her, but if she kept staring at Yasumi and reached out with one small white hand towards her face. Sliding her hand across the curve of her cheek caused Yasumi's eyes to flutter open.
みっちゃん。
ナミちゃん。
Aoi Shiro grabbed the hand that was patting Yasumi's cheek with a gentle reproach.
ほら、ペタペタ触らないで休ませてあげて。
別にいいです。この子の手冷たくて気持ちいいですし。
綾代、この子は？
桃子ちゃんに電話がかかってくる少し前だと思うんですけど、その頃に目を覚ましたんです。
It was natural since we were talking about her in front of her, but her interest turned to me. This time, she stretched out her hand towards my face and opened her mouth as if to say something, but...
Nani?
The reason I didn't hear her shouldn't be because I wasn't paying attention to her. I clearly heard her sigh, though.
この子、もしかして。
Is she mute? I don't remember. I think maybe, the game's description mentioned she was mute. Maybe? Why can't I remember right now? I avoid saying that she couldn't talk, but okay, yeah, it did. Right. But as if that were the most likely answer, Aoi Shiro nodded.
言葉自体まだ一言も。もしかしたら不自由なのかもしれません。
筆談とかは？
This time she shook her head.
結局名前も何もわからないままってことか。あれ、でもさっき綾代は
She had definitely called this girl by a name. That's right. I think it
Nami?
was... Nami. Huh? For a moment, my heart swelled. Let me guess. You're connected to me washing up on shore 8 years ago. Assuming that was me, right? Did you save me from drowning at one point? But it was only for a moment.
とりあえず仮にですけど、ないといろいろ不自由ですので。
その名前って。
I looked at the long-haired girl, Nami, and the luxurious kimono she was wearing. It was like a flared skirt below the belt with a wavy hem, so on top of being traditional, it looked comfortable. The blue-white color, base color, was refreshing. The sleeves were accentuated with cute red goldfish. Akiko-san liked kimonos, so I was used to seeing plain, ordinary ones, but it was novel to see such an ornate one. It was probably the pattern, but the impression that kimono gave was...
波模様。
like waves. Why did I let out a deep sigh?
この波模様が名前の由来ね。
Is that wave pattern the origin of her name? Nami means wave.
それと、この長い髪が決
Kind
め
of
手です
fitting, I
ね。
guess.
そう。はい。和尚様が用意してくれた着物の柄と、この髪の毛がよく生えて。もう見ました？ナミちゃんの目って海の色みたいな青なんですよ。
目の色も髪の色も髪の色だけなら休み？あ。
She muttered as if delirious, and everyone looked at her, causing Yasumi to turn red and pulled a futon up as if to hide. We laid out the bed so she could rest, but talking near the bed like this was the opposite of what was intended.
休み？
Yasumi took a breath to say that it was nothing, and forced a smile. I don't believe you.
別にこのまま少し休ませてもらいますので、1時間したら起こしてもらえませんか？なんで？
If she were going to rest, why only for an hour?
晩ご飯の支度をしないといけないので。
No, you are not. You just rest for more than an hour and let us handle dinner. Jeez, Yasumi should realize that taking care of her body was the most important thing. I wondered if Aoi Shiro also had the same thought, as she patted Yasumi's head to say she shouldn't push herself, and proposed an alternative.
今日は私がやりましょう。
綾代先輩が？
お台所の使い方は今朝で大体慣れましたし、作り方さえ教えてもらえば一応なんとかなると思います。
確かに綾代先輩なら。でも私の仕事。
Don't worry about your job right now, please. Just worry about getting well. Yasumi was the type that was comforted by being able to show her own worth by being useful. Jeez. It's true that Yasumi was already useful. If not, she'd already be. This time, I put my hand on her head and gently stroked her soft hair. Since she was from a single mother household, maybe she was used to working hard, but she should also remember that she could rely on others.
今の休みの仕事は休むこと。しっかり体調を整えないと、せっかく買った水着がお蔵入りよ。はい、そうですね。綾代、私もそっちに回ろうか。
翔子さんまでこちらに来てしまったら お掃除の監督が誰もいなくなってしまいます。
了解。
So, Nami. That's what we're gonna call you, huh? You can't speak. And apparently, communication via writing is also no good either. So I guess what I should do is focus on things that she herself focuses on, and just gauge her reactions to everything. Use every little bit of nonverbal communication skills I have here to, well, at least try to determine whatever she may be thinking, what she may want to communicate to us, etc., etc. I'm mostly concerned about that strange presence. I'm pretty sure it's gonna show up again at some point, but the question is, what is the presence? I wonder if it's an Oni or something. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut things off here. Maybe we can find an answer to at least one of these questions in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Aoi Shiro. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.